Let's talk about something incredibly human, something a lot of us go through, that feeling when desire starts to fade over time. It can feel really isolating, you know? But so often, it's not actually about you or your partner, it's about biology. And the really exciting part is that science now gives us a way to work with our biology to help restore what feels like it's been lost.
This quote right here, it just gets right to the heart of it. This is not some kind of personal failing. It's a real shift in your neurochemistry. And that, right there, is where a solution like the Intimacy Blend comes into the picture. It's actually designed to work with your body to reawaken those exact pathways. So let's dive in and break down how this all works.
So here's our game plan. First, we're going to explore the biological challenge that's happening behind the scenes. Then, we'll get into the really cool part, the innovative three-pathway solution. After that, we'll walk through a typical timeline, highlight what makes the Zevia approach so different, and finally, show you how to begin your own journey.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning by really understanding the science. What is actually happening inside the brain when that feeling of desire starts to quiet down?
Well, this is a reality for millions of people. Over time, things we all deal with, like stress, hormonal shifts, and just plain aging, can literally reshape our neurobiology. And one of the biggest things they do is dampen our dopamine system, especially in the brain's core motivation centers. I mean, these are the very engines of our drive and our desire. And look, this isn't just some theory. It's backed by some really significant clinical research. Take the Reconnect Phase 3 trials, for example. These were huge. They studied over 1,200 women who were all dealing with clinically significant low desire. And that gave researchers this incredible well of data on what truly, genuinely works.
So, what did those trials actually find? Well, this number you're looking at represents something called an effect size. Think of it as just a way to measure how powerful the treatment was. Compared to a placebo, the treatment produced a desire effect size between 0.49 and 0.61. Now, in simple terms, that is a clinically powerful and statistically significant improvement in the actual feeling of desire. It works.
And this is so important. It wasn't just about restoring desire. The study also looked at the reduction in distress, that emotional and psychological weight that so often comes with this experience. And the effect size here was even stronger. This shows that the treatment helps restore not just desire, but your overall sense of well-being too.
So how does the Intimacy Blend actually achieve all this? Well, it's not just one single action. It's this really coordinated three-pathway solution that works in concert with your own biology. So let's break down the three key players here.
First up is PT-141. That's PT-141. Its clinical name is bremelanotide. This is the desire pathway activator. It goes to work directly in the brain's core motivation center, lighting up specific receptors that trigger a release of dopamine. So we're not talking about the physical mechanics of arousal here. We're talking about restoring that fundamental neurological drive for wanting in the first place.
Next up, we have oxytocin. You've probably heard of this one, right? It's often called the bonding hormone. In this blend, it acts as the connection pathway. It basically turns up the volume on the brain's reward response when you're with your partner. This can deepen feelings of closeness, enhance that emotional intimacy, and even intensify physical satisfaction.
And the third component is a compound called aminophenylpyrrole. Yeah, it's a bit of a mouthful. Aminophenylpyrrole. But the easiest way to think of this one is as a neural optimizer. It kind of works in the background to quiet down any neuroinflammatory noise that might be interfering with your brain's signals. It basically creates the perfect, clear stage for the other two ingredients to do their best work. So the really crucial point here is how these three work together. It's a true synergy. PT-141 restores that initial spark of desire. Oxytocin then takes that spark and amplifies it into a deeply connected experience. And all the while, aminophenylpyrrole is making sure the whole system is optimized and running smoothly. It's like a precision-curated ensemble, not just a collection of solo instruments. Okay, so that's the science. But what does this journey actually look and feel like for you? Let's walk through the timeline and what you can generally expect.
First things first, the delivery method is incredibly simple and discreet. The blend comes in this small, dissolving strip that you just place on your inner cheek, so no needles. It allows for really rapid absorption directly into your system, which is perfect for keeping things spontaneous. The PT-141 typically gets to work in about 30 to 60 minutes, and the oxytocin is even faster, usually around 15 to 30. Your journey back to yourself typically happens in phases. The first month is what we call the opening. This is when you might start to feel those dormant pathways kind of waking up and reactivating. Then, weeks 4 to 8 are all about building momentum. This is where more reliable patterns of desire and connection can start to emerge. And then, by weeks 8 to 12 and beyond, you can reach the crescendo, where the response becomes fully optimized and intimacy can feel natural and integrated once again.
Now, a journey like this is really only possible because of a very specific, personalized approach. So let's talk for a minute about the Zivia difference.
And I really want to stress this is absolutely not a one-size-fits-all solution. This is provider-guided medicine. Your Zovia clinician takes the time to really evaluate your unique biology, your health history, and your personal goals to create a protocol where the dose of each of these components is calibrated specifically for you.
This slide does a great job of showing the fundamental difference between this and other common treatments you might have heard of, like PDE5 inhibitors. Those treatments, they mainly work by increasing blood flow, so they're addressing the physical mechanics, what we could call a downstream effect. The Intimacy Blend is completely different. It works upstream, at the brain level, to restore the very source of desire and bonding. It's about restoration, not just reaction.
So ultimately, the goal here is to reactivate your body's own systems. The result isn't meant to feel artificial at all. It's designed to be an integrated, natural, and sustainable return to a part of yourself.
So, if this sounds like it could be the right path for you, here's how you can begin that journey.
At the end of the day, this is about your intimacy, your connection, and it's about partnering with a team that offers precision care because they are genuinely invested in helping you restore that.
To learn more or to schedule your personal consultation, you can visit the Zivia website. That's www.zvia.com. Or you can just call them directly at 303-902-5353. So, the question is, are you ready to restore what's natural? Now, just a quick but very important note. This has all been for educational purposes, and it is not medical advice. A qualified provider is the only one who can determine if this treatment is right for you. As you can imagine, results can vary, and all of these protocols require professional evaluation and supervision.